Hello. Today I'll talk about religion. Yeah, religion. What's the reason or the function of religion? And if I put that around there like that, right, I can look all kind of deified. Anyway, religion I think is just a structure that a society is built up to deal with the experience of liberation or moksha or enlightenment or satori, whatever you want to call it. This experience that some people have, especially in reaction to crises, it results quite often in a kind of in a threat to society. See, society is all about maintaining these institutions and these kind of social networks or structures, and it's about trying to protect the individual from the sense of meaninglessness or the sense of fragility that he would have left on his own. We form social structures, we form social groupings. One of the reasons why we do is out of fear, and then a fear of ourselves and of others. That's why we construct laws and rules. It's us trying to hold it all into place and keep it as it is. And every now and then somebody comes up, they wake up to the whole game, and they don't mind being fragile, they don't mind being insecure, and they speak from that place. And it's unnerving to the main society, because everybody's there really convincing each other that they've got their mask on straight, that they are who they think they are, that the world is the way they think it is, and that when they get up tomorrow they'll have a job to go to. And then when somebody wakes up to the freedom that is inherent in reality, they challenge that. They kind of all of a sudden realise, oh, I don't have to go into work. I mean, if I want to have money and I want to maintain a certain standard of life, then I have to go to work. But I don't have to want those things. And it seems like a threat to society. So what congeals around these stories of enlightenment, these experiences, is this religious phenomena. I mean, it's crazy, right? Look at Christianity, for example. You've got the teachings of Jesus, all egalitarian, you know. In fact, what Jesus preaches is that the lowly are the most valuable, right? Which is totally contrary to what's going on in the world. You've got the world's teaching that the most valuable people are the most wealthy, the most successful and stuff like that. Yet Jesus preached the exact opposite of that. Yet you look at the institutions that Christianity is congealed into, like for example the prosperity gospel, where they claim to be representing Jesus and to be loving Jesus, yet they have this ideal that prosperity and wealth is what it's all about. You've got this Jesus character, right? He goes into the temple and he makes a whip. He sat down on the ground making this whip. It means he considered what he was doing. And he went nuts at the people selling doves and doing money exchanging and stuff like that. So you have this doctrine, this event, this person that is radically opposite to the normal kind of financial institutions of the day, like banking essentially. And then we exist and we inhabit a world which is built upon banking. And you have people that want to engage in this banking activity, yet have the kind of validity or the legitimacy that a Christian framework would give them. So that they've taken it and they've made it so it legitimates and justifies what it's the opposite of. And really, that's what the function of religion is to do: is to allow hypocrites to be hypocrites without feeling hypocritical. Basically. That's what it's about. And that's why if you've got the ear for it, you go to a church and you will hear a contradiction in the way they speak. They will talk about Jesus being the saviour of all men, you know, God being all in all and all things, God being all things being from God, through God, and to God. And you're like, yeah, this is amazing. And then at the end of it, they put this little but you got to do this and you got to do that. And that's because the primary building block of our society is individual culpable selves, you know, that have got to do things, that have got to work to be better. And that's the building block of this society. So when they have these absolute statements in their scriptures, and it's across all the scriptures, that talk about God being all in all and everything being perfect, all things are pure to the pure and stuff like that, they'll be like, yeah, I believe this book, so all things are pure to the pure, but, you know, but you can't go off and do this, you've got to go and do that. And then when Paul had that same kind of enlightenment experience, the road to Damascus experience is often used to describe enlightenment or salvation. And Paul says, all things are lawful to me, but not all things are expedient. And that's saying, look basically, the big reality, the big be-all and end-all, that what everything's based upon, is permissive. It doesn't care what you do. But you want to do stuff, and you care about doing stuff. So in order for you to achieve those things, you're going to have to be selfish. You're going to have to allow yourself certain things and not allow yourself other things. It's a radical message that then gets twisted and contorted by the Christian faith as it's gone through history to legitimate power structures. Anyway, yeah, goodbye.